Good evening and welcome to the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry 106th Annual Awards Gala. We hope you are enjoying the change of venue to the Oak Room here at Endeavor Health Elmhurst. The only thing better than the venue is the company, and it's wonderful to see you all here tonight. Most of you probably attended the grand reopening of Elmhurst Hospital in June of 2011. Since then, the staff has returned countless of our neighbors to restored health. Even John Quigley had his knee replacement surgery here. It's just too bad that they don't have a personality replacement department too.
Thank you, that's a knee slapper.
I hope it was the good one. Well, let's let the fun continue as I call to stage our Mayor of Elmhurst, Mr. Scott Levin, and Gosha Barron to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and for the invocation. Please welcome them.
Well, I have a few notes here. Please rise. Do we have a flag? There we go, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Are you going to take over your notes? You're going to read your notes?
Do you have notes? You know, I went through it by memory. I pledge allegiance. All right.
Dear friends and honored guests of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry, let us take a moment to pause in gratitude. We thank you for the gift of community, for the connections that bring us closer, and for the shared spirit of collaboration that inspires all of us. May this evening be filled with joy, warmth, and the light of new friendships. We ask for blessings of prosperity, peace, and growth upon our chamber and every member gathered here. Amen.
Okay, I am Julie Miller Sheehan, and I'm very proud to represent the Chamber here tonight at our gala. I have served on the Board of Directors and still serve as the Centennial Committee Chairperson. Next, I would like to call to our stage our newest President and CEO of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce. Please welcome Jennifer Veremis.
Step on this box, excuse me. Okay. Short and sweet, that's what they say. Okay. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to stand here tonight at our Chamber's 106th Gala. I want to extend my sincere gratitude to all of you, our valued members, esteemed guests, elected officials, Board of Directors, and generous sponsors. Your commitment to our chamber and our community is invaluable. My business background taught me how crucial it is to build true connections with clients in order to fully understand their needs, and I plan to bring these same values to our member experience. My vision for the Elmhurst Chamber is to be a dynamic, forward-thinking, membership-minded entity. We will ensure our current members feel valued and that we are meeting their evolving needs. When you're running a business, it can feel like you're going at it alone. You're trying to make connections, figure out marketing, and keep up with all the policies by yourself. It's tough, I know, I've been there. That's the power of the Chamber. You're part of a strong network and can leverage our advertising, learning opportunities, and community resources. Membership retention is a top priority, and we want to educate our members on the full scope of their benefits, which will enhance retention. Our new member success checklist will help kick this off, guiding our new members through immediate profile activation, access to marketing, and community platforms and opportunities to book ribbon cuttings and attend events. We are committed to ensuring every member knows how to maximize their membership. Our marketing and membership committees are discussing ways to revitalize our ambassador program to energize ECCI volunteers. Building on our strong partnership with Elmhurst University, I want to explore opportunities and encourage young entrepreneurs to participate, demonstrating the Chamber's relevance to a new generation. We will also be expanding our community presence. I am thrilled to announce our new partnership with Elmhurst Living Magazine, with monthly contributions highlighting our organization to the broader community. In April, we're teaming up with the City of Elmhurst Economic Development Commission and Explore Elmhurst for free coaching skills for People Leaders Workshop. And in May, the Chamber will proudly sponsor dog-friendly activities at Spring Road's annual pet parade. It is my honor to lead this organization into the future. Together, we can build upon our strong foundation, working towards a shared vision of a more dynamic, membership-minded, and connected community. I'm eager to work towards this vision with all of you. Finally, I want to express my deepest gratitude and love to my family who's here tonight. They are my constant source of strength and inspiration. Thank you again for being here. Let's celebrate the success of our business and our awardees this evening and the bright future of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Wonderful. Thank you, Jennifer. We're very excited to see what you have in store for our chamber. I next call to the podium our outgoing board, chairman of the board, Colin Dalough from Elmhurst Endeavor Health Elmhurst. I just want to say that.
Maybe I should get that box. That was great. Love that. So thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining us here at Endeavor Health Elmhurst Hospital. We are honored to host you and honored to be your partner this evening. As you mentioned, my name is Colin. I'm the Assistant Program Director for Government Relations, and I am the immediate past chair for the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry Board of Directors. I am very pleased to be here, but I'm not one to look behind. So forgive me. I was voluntold to give a year in review, but I'm always looking forward. And so I want to talk about where we can go in 2025 and beyond. We've all heard the headwinds for chambers of commerce, declining memberships, shift in business needs that have affected the value, the basic value proposition. So when I joined the board and then the executive committee and then the chairmanship, my primary focus has been how can we focus on setting the foundation for this organization to succeed and thrive in the next 100 years. Work's not done, and my contributions have been just a piece, but together we have begun to lay that foundation. Our single greatest achievement has been the hiring of our new CEO, Jennifer Veremis. You just heard her speak. We are thrilled to have her lead this organization into the future. Her guidance will have no doubt that this organization can achieve new heights if we work together. But she can't do this alone. So I have a challenge for you. We need your wisdom. We need your contributions. We need your new ideas. You have been the leaders of this community for years. You've been innovating. You've been finding solutions for your businesses. We need you to do that as well with the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Bring that same energy that you have found success to this organization, and together we will thrive. It won't be the same as it's always been. We might take some chances and we might make some mistakes along the way, but together we will succeed unlike ever before. So at this time, I'd like to thank the individuals who have gotten us to this point, who have given and volunteered their time, talent, and treasure to help us succeed in 2024. Please join me in thanking the 2024 Board of Directors for the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It was my honor to go to battle with you every day. Let's have a round of applause for those 2024 directors. Specifically, I'd like to make sure that we mention and acknowledge the special contributions of 2 directors that will no longer be serving on the board that are outgoing directors, Kevin Cost and Ava Sanchez. These 2 individuals have dedicated years to this organization. Both are former past chairs. While Kevin couldn't be here tonight, I hope that you will join me as we acknowledge Ava Sanchez and hope we can invite her to the stage. Ava, come on down. And I hope you can receive your recognition with all of us. Okay. So I believe that I now have the honor of considering the immediate past chair's Chairman's Award. And as I've thought about this, I want to take a moment, right, and think. I was reminded of Percy Shelley's Ozymandias. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well-passioned which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things. The hand that mocked them and the heart that fed them, on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my work, ye mighty in despair. No thing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. I think about this. I've thought about this significantly over the past year. This poem, which reminds us of the inevitable march of time. We can respond to this and our collective impermanence by erecting monuments to ourselves, like Ramses in the desert. Another approach, perhaps a better approach, is to refocus on the future, to the things that we must do, to roll up our sleeves and get to work on lifting up the next generation of leaders. For this work, I would like to nominate John Quigley, who has demonstrated exemplary leadership. Now, I can hear it now. Isn't that his job, or at least was his job? Well, no. John did not have the obligation to assist in the search for the next generation of leadership. He did not have the obligation to engage in the honest and vulnerable conversations that we had about the chamber and what the chamber needed for the next 25 years of leadership. I have had many conversations with John that should not have gone as well as they actually did. For his magnanimous approach in his own succession plan, and for his tireless work on behalf of this organization, I'm proud to award the Chairman's Award to John Quigley. John, come on down.
You're going to grab your stuff? Okay, hunker down. After 25 years, I got a lot to say. Now's the time to go refill your glasses at the bar. Yeah? Okay, here we go. So, oh no. You're going to value this, and this is going to be great TV down the road. So, let me say this. 25 years as president and CEO, currently Director of Marketing and Communications for this year, nearly 10 years of chamber involvement on the board and the committees before that, So basically 35 years, half my life, I've been involved with this chamber. And what I've got to say, you need to hear. Thank you. It's been a blast. I'll be handing out copies later.
And now I welcome Jennifer to return to the stage.
Okay, I'm going to say this first. I'm sorry, Dennis. I'm so sorry. Thank you. All right. Well, it's my pleasure and privilege to present the Elmhurst Chamber Ambassador of the Year Award to Ralph Pechanio. Ralph Pechanio has been an ambassador for 30 years. He started out representing the former Elmhurst Federal Savings and Loan in the 1970s and 1980s, eventually chairing ECCI's Board of Directors in 1992. His chamber contributions only grew following his retirement from the banking industry in 1993. Today, he stands as the largest donor in chamber history through his financial support of the Ralph P. Pechanio Student Internship Endowment Fund at Elmhurst University. I first met Ralph at my ribbon-cutting ceremony, looking very dapper in his green coat. Later, upon learning about my volunteer work with the USO, Ralph personally invited me to join the Memorial Day Parade. My father, a Vietnam veteran, had recently passed away, making Ralph's invitation and encouragement especially meaningful. It has been an honor to walk that route every year since. Thank you, Ralph. Ralph is a proud Army veteran, and we thank him not only for his service to our chamber, but also for his service to our country. Please read your programs this evening. There is so much that we could say about Ralph Pechanio and all his contributions. Ralph, please join me up here, and please join me in congratulating our 2024 Ambassador of the Year, Ralph Pechanio.
Thank you so much for the award. I've had the distinction of receiving many awards, and each one is very, very important to me, and I'm sure that it was important to the organizations that deemed them that I received those. I want to say that, number one, I'm trying to be as brief as John was. I was quite surprised by that. But I'd just like to, I'm going to follow his suit. And I want to just make the point that I've been so pleased to wear this green jacket. I've been so happy to be Elmhurst Man in Green. As you know, I'm a big fan of the Man in Black. So I really take great pride in wearing this green jacket. I've attended many, many events, and most of them in the green jacket, and when occasionally I'll show up without it, and I'll have people say, "We hardly recognized you." But I really enjoyed it. It's an important thing, and we are going to try to work with Jennifer to not only have further success for the chamber, but of course, but try to renew the ambassador program. And I know Ava is here. She's been a very great ambassador for the chamber. And many times, Ava and I might only be the only green-jacketed persons there, but it only takes two to hold a ribbon. But I thank you so much.
Congratulations again, Ralph. And boy, do I remember that he likes to hear the Man in Black. The first JC's Distinguished Service Award banquet that I emceed was for Ralph Pechanio in 2002, and he insisted that was the music that was played during the cocktail hour. All right, I am pleased to introduce the next person to come to the podium, and that is Angela Villegas, our chair of the 2025 ECCI Board of Directors. Please welcome her.
I don't know, should I stand on the box, Jen, or am I okay? I didn't think my speech would be longer than John's. So I'm Angela Villegas, Vice President of Lakeside Bank here in Elmhurst, a 20-year resident of Elmhurst, and I am your chairwoman of the Elmhurst Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for being here tonight. When I stepped into this role as chairwoman in November of 2024, I took this position because I knew that John Quigley had 2 months left in his role. Just kidding. Just kidding. But he's still around. He still shows up to the office, still sends out emails. John, you will enjoy your retirement. Thank you. Yeah, oh, you will. First, I'd like to take a moment to thank my predecessor, Colin. Where are you? Hi. For hosting the gala here at Endeavor Health. And to Jennifer Veremis, our president and CEO, you both worked tirelessly to make tonight happen. Thank you. To our Business of the Year recipient, Stolper State Farm Insurance. Jake, where are you? Jake, thank you. On a personal note, you are my agent. Supporting local businesses in town. Thank you for all of my insurance needs. My husband and I thank you. And I will call your office on July 25th when my son turns 25 to see what my premiums drop down to. Thank you. To our Ambassador of the Year recipient, Ralph Pechanio. Ralphie is what I call you. My Johnny Cash. You retired in banking in 1993. That's when I started my banking career in 1993. That's 32 years. To my colleagues, they always tell me, I wasn't even born. Well, that's how long I've been in banking. Ralph, thank you. Your continued dedication to our community and achievement, even after retirement, are truly inspiring and should be celebrated. I hope one day I can sport that green jacket. I always tell my husband I wish he sported that green jacket from Augusta National, but that's okay. Thank you for all your hard work. I look forward to golfing with you again at Willow Crest Golf Club. To our Chairman Award recipient, John, congratulations. And thank you for everything you've done to help make Elmhurst Chamber one of the very best. Thank you. Julie will introduce our Civic Hall of Fame recipient, Ken Bartels. Ken, thank you for everything you've done for our community. Your leadership with the Chamber has had a lasting impact, and we appreciate you. Thank you. I am proud to work alongside a strong executive team. My first Vice Chair, Kristen Walker. Kristen. My second Vice Chair, Scott Lamort. My Treasurer, Ralph Pechanio. Our Board of Directors, and to Colin, again, our past Chairman. Thank you for your guidance and excellent working relationship we share. I'm excited to continue to work alongside all of you to achieve even greater things in the future. During my role as first Vice Chair is when I really was involved in our search for our new President and CEO. We knew how important this role would be for the future of our chamber, and we wanted to ensure that we found someone who not only had the right skills, but the experience, and truly understood our vision for our community. At times, it felt like a huge responsibility. Those 7:30 meetings that went on sometimes till 9:30. After all, we were selecting someone who would shape the direction of this chamber and worked alongside all of us to help our businesses grow and thrive. But at the same time, it was exciting to know that this was an opportunity to bring fresh perspective and new energy to our table. We wanted someone who would bring our people together, someone who was passionate, approachable, and deeply committed to the success of our members. It wasn't just about finding a leader. It was about finding a partner who would listen, collaborate, and help us reach new heights. And I have to say, after meeting Jennifer Veremis and seeing her vision and leadership style, I knew we found the right person. I couldn't be more excited about the direction of the chamber and how it's heading under her guidance. It was an intense process, very intense, but in the end, it was incredibly rewarding to see our search led us to the right fit of the chamber's future. It has been a pleasure, Jennifer, to work with you. You're engaged, and you want every member of the chamber to feel valued, and that is important. She is about the members. To our chamber members, for me, this role is a chance to serve you, to bring your businesses together, to ensure that we have the resources and opportunities we need to grow, and to help each of us succeed. It's also making sure that our chamber continues to be a place where our voices are heard, and we can collaborate for the good of the whole community. I thank you for joining us tonight.
Wonderful. And next we have the presentation of our Civic Hall of Fame Award. It is really with profound delight that I introduce our Civic Hall of Fame winner, and not just because he was the first Elmfest statesman that let me, a lowly intern, drive him around in a golf cart. Maybe it was more chauffeured, and he just didn't want to, but it was rather joyful. So like a true leader, Ken generously expresses optimism. For example, words he uses: positivity, visualize, enthusiasm, achieve and achievement, illuminate, goals, spirited, beautifully outrageous, and that's just regarding my shoes. Champion, goals, and success. A terrifically perfect word to describe Ken's career. Since Ken's beginning, he has provided his skills to prominent organizations in Elmhurst, prominent organizations including Carthage and Elmhurst colleges, being historically accurate, Elmhurst Economic Development Corporation, Elmhurst College and Elmhurst Blue Jay Backers, Elmhurst Memorial Healthcare, Elmhurst Heritage Foundation, in addition to founding his own business, Ken Bartels Consulting, in 2009. Ken Bartels Consulting allows Ken, our fountain of knowledge, to guide others to business and personal enrichment, things that they continue to carry on with them, while balancing his own business management and directorship at Community Bank of Elmhurst. He held leadership volunteer positions in at least 12 different Elmhurst and DuPage County organizations and has supported every other charity in some fashion, especially being a Rotary Club member since 1977, which means 48 years. Special mention to Ken's patronage of Hops for Humanity, a charity close to my heart that introduces its members to local brewers while raising funds for local charities. Ken supports Hops for Humanity, and he doesn't even drink beer. Several honors have been bestowed upon Ken already, including Service Above Self Award from Rotary International, his alma mater, Carthage College Alumni Service Award, the Elmhurst College Hall of Fame, the Elmhurst JC's Distinguished Service Award, resulting in a mayoral decree stating Ken Bartels Day in Elmhurst is April 18th, 2007. In our chamber, he has received such awards as the Good Works Award, the Chairman's Award, ×3, and of course, he was our board chair for our Centennial Committee, Centennial year of 2018. An ever-present element of local activities, Ken resonates with most everyone, displays unmatched integrity, is accepting of other ideas and notions. He attains goals via statesmanship, listening, and empathy, and uses his available platforms as a call to action, just as he did, as exemplified in his remarks as incoming board chair in 2018, in which he challenged every audience member to refer a new business for the chamber. I believe some others are following in his footsteps tonight here as well. No one knows what the future holds, yet I believe Elmhurst will always stand strong with civic leaders like Ken and others before him as our foundation. Speaking of the future, in 2018, Ken told a very funny joke. I won't recap the whole thing, but let's just say it involved a Centennial Committee chair that wanted to travel the world, drink fine wine, all wearing impeccably perfect, wonderful shoes, and a chamber president, John Quigley at the time, that wanted to play baseball forever and retire immediately. Ken nailed it. Nice job. So, created in 1992, the Civic Hall of Fame honors individuals that donate their time, energy, and passions for the pursuit of a better community. Ken Bartels is now forthwith the 32nd member of the Elmhurst Civic Hall of Fame, and he joins an elite group whose members include Joe Newton, Eleanor King Hookham, Ivan Frick, Joseph Wagner, Jean Hazelhorst, Robert M. Magnuson, Virginia Harmon, Lee Daniels, A.J. Toche Terrones, William C. Gooch Jr., Willis Johnson, Fred Messerschmidt, Jim Van Ewick, Jackie Haddad, Thomas O. Myers Jr., Abner Gannett, Jan Pauli, Robert Schiller, Thomas Marcucci, Rich Grodzki, Pete Kruger, Doug Beach, Betsy Hanisch, Ralph Pechanio, Daryl Whistler, Jack Island, Jeannie Urich, Bill Shanklin, Scott and Charity Algrim, Dr. Bryant and Jeanette Curitin, John DeVries, and Dan Gibbons. And I know that we have several in attendance, right? I have Ralph Pechanio, please stand. Jack Island, Jeannie Urich. See if I saw Dan here. Dan's here. Dan Gibbons. So everyone, congratulations again. And Ken, please come accept your award. So as the plaque reads, the Civic Hall of Fame, Ken Bartels, principled and practiced, prudent and prepared, relationships-driven, results-driven, loyalty in everything, for significant assistance to the Elmhurst community, its peoples, its organizations, its businesses, presented to you today.
so I'm going to be a little longer than John was, but not much. So I thank you so very much. And as I look out at all of you, I'm humbled and honored to be receiving this Civic Hall of Fame award, and I assure you of my sincere gratitude. It's been my privilege to have known every one of the previous Civic Hall of Fame members, and in many cases, to have a strong relationship with them. In creating this award in 1992, the Chamber has established a legacy for our community, and I thank the Chamber for that action. It pays dividends. With the exception of my oldest grandchild away at the University of Kentucky, all of my immediate family are with me tonight. I'm only up here because they've been supportive of all the time and my inclination to commit to things beyond my official work duties. Starting with my wife, Marge, my 3 children and spouses, and 5 grandchildren, including a 2-month-old over there, I owe them far more than I could ever repay, and love them all, which they know. Many of you also would have known my late wife, Claire, and I wanted to remember her to you as well. My time in Elmhurst, although my birthplace, started in 1981. Since then, my time with Elmhurst College, now University, Community Bank of Elmhurst, and as a consultant with the city and other clients have provided me a wonderful work history, filled with highs, a few lows, but much success along the way. My other community involvements have provided a similar, rich measure of events, board service, and civic events. I've been most fortunate in all of those circumstances, and thank everyone, many of you here, that I partnered with over the years. I've always believed that the search for collaboration was worth it, and I still do. So I will not keep you a long time, but I ask your permission to share one story. When I was in high school, approximately 1,000 years ago, I had a part-time job working in a locally owned small family business. This business designed, built, and installed pipe organs in churches throughout the Midwest. As I began my job there, I was assigned to glue a small piece of felt on a wooden stop. Now, a stop in a pipe organ is literally what makes the air either allow it to go through the pipe or stop the air from going through the pipe. And over a period of days, I cut felt and pasted away, making well over 1,000 of these stops, and not thinking much about any of them. The founder's son, Bob, came in one morning to see how I was doing. After looking at some of the stops, he asked that I follow him into the back of the building, and back there was a mini pipe organ. Not a real surprise, I guess. He played a few notes on the organ, and their rich tones filled the space that we were in. Then he took out some of the organ stops, and he put in some of my stops. He started playing again, and I was shocked to hear far different notes than I had heard previously. The tones were far more muted, a bit off, muffled, didn't sound very good. And I realized immediately, of course, that it had to be my stops making the difference in what the organ sounded like. And I waited for Bob to confirm that for me. We walked back to my work area, and I was anticipating a difficult conversation. I'd made 1,000 of these. But instead I heard Bob say this. He said, "The stops need to be redone, and I take full responsibility for that. I obviously did not instruct you how important it was to have just the right size piece of felt glued in just the right place, and the difference that made in how the instruments sound. I'm really sorry for that and all your wasted work, all of which will need to be redone, so please accept my apology, and I think it's no more than right that I assist you in redoing this work if you will let me. And he sat down next to me, and for the next couple of days, we remade about 1,000 stops and got to know each other quite well, to our mutual enjoyment. I learned some incredible lessons from that situation. I learned how important quality is in making sure that the final product is as perfect as it can be. I learned about the passion a person can have in their business or profession and how it can be a defining part of their life. I learned about hard work and how to embrace it, and the awareness of doing things right the first time. I also learned about compassion, communication, and leadership, and being able to understand multiple roles in an organization and how every one of those roles is important in the final results. I only hope I've been able to use what I learned that day in my life and work with my family and as a team leader and a team member. All of you have helped me in that. And I'm so happy that so many of us have been able to do some things together in Elmhurst. Thank you so much.
The box. Okay, great. Well, thank you everyone again for being here this evening. And before I present the final award this evening, I would like to again thank Endeavor Health Elmhurst Hospital for graciously hosting us this evening. To all the award winners this evening, thank you for all your remarkable contributions and achievements. You truly not only make our chamber an amazing place, but all of Elmhurst. So thank you very, very much. And to Kim and our interns, our whole staff, all three of us or four of us, but who have just been stellar through my transition and through making this gala what it is tonight. So thank you everyone for your help. I truly appreciate it. And now I would like to invite Eric Reach from Allen Energy Services, last year's Business of the Year, to please join me in receiving their permanent plaque. So tonight, I am honored to present our 2024 Business of the Year Award to Stolper State Farm Insurance, a fourth-generation family business that has faithfully served the residents of Elmhurst, supported countless not-for-profit organizations, and contributed to the Elmhurst business community dating back to the 1930s. From founder Al Stolper to H.H. Hub Stolper, to Bob and Don, and now Brian, this family-run business is among the oldest and most respected that Elmhurst has to offer. A few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of visiting Brian at his office, who gave me a lovely tour. And it became clear within the first 5 minutes how proud he was of his family's legacy. It was very, very touching. Brian shared that this year they are celebrating 95 years in business, all from the same location. That's dedication. You can read all about Stolper State Farm Insurance and their decades of accomplishments in our Awards Gala program, and please, I encourage you to do so. And so please, join me in congratulating our 2024 Business of the Year Award, Stolper State Farm Insurance. Brian and Diane.
All right. Good evening, everybody. What a treat. I've not stood behind one of these in about 8 years, so bear with me here. I asked advice. When John whispered in my ear a few months ago, he was like, you're going to get this award. He was on one side and Ken was on the other. And so I immediately was humbled and grateful. And I looked at John and I said, any advice? He goes, 5 minutes. 5. I looked at Ken. I said, Ken, advice. He goes, wear a suit and a tie. I ran this through ChatGPT. It's not 5 minutes, but I'm going to do my damnedest. Suit. I burned my last suit when I quit banking 21 years ago. And the last tie I bought was for my wedding 11 years ago. So here I am. This is me. I don't do ties. And I'm probably not going to do 5 minutes, so bear with me. I'm already going to go off script and look over here at this table. I just want to say how grateful I am. I've got my parents here. Jennifer talked, and I almost teared up there. And anyone who knows me, the first thing Julie in my office said to me, she says, are you going to tear up on stage? I cried during Moana 1 and 2 with my daughter. So, like, there's a solid chance it happens. But I just want to say, before I get lost in this, how grateful I am. My parents are here. My team is here with me, too. I've got Ashley, I have Tom, I have Mackenzie, I have Millie, I have Julie with me. Anyone who's our customer who's dealt with us, I hope you've had the pleasure of dealing with one of them. They're amazing. Especially, I got to shout out Julie, 43 years with our company. Cheers. So, thank you. And then the other thing I'm grateful for is, and this is where I thought I'd tear up, I get to work with my dad every day still. So that's, thanks. Not many people get to do that, and not many people get to do it and enjoy it. So thank you. Okay, so let me spin around. Start over. Here's the speech. Good evening, everybody. It's really an honor to be here tonight. This recognition means so much. 95 years, almost 100 years here in the community. I'm humbled by it. I'm amazed we've been able to do this. I want to thank the Chamber. I want to thank the Chamber directors. I'm just the one accepting this, but this is 4 generations, and I really have a feeling that's why we're up here. There's a lot of businesses in town that are doing amazing things every year. It's just we've been doing it for 4 generations, so thank you for the honor to be doing this. So thank my team, again, you guys are amazing. And my customers and my clients, many in this room, a lot have been with us for generations. We're as successful as we are because of you guys, so thank you. I pulled up a stat this week I've known for a while, but I wanted to verify it. It was about multi-generational businesses. So the stat goes 30% make it to the 2nd generation, 12% of those make it to the 3rd generation, and only 3% of those make it to the 4th generation and beyond. So again, I'm privileged every day we get to do this. It's honestly, State Farm has given us the ability to do this, and everybody in here as our customers have too. So thank you. Here's what I wanted to do. I had something real fancy, I had a lot of big words in here, and then I just decided, I'm just gonna do what I usually do and wing it a little bit. I've got an outline. I wanna share some history, because I think it's kind of interesting. It's mine, so I find it interesting. Turn your heads if you don't, but here we go. Our story started in 1930. My great-grandfather, Albert Otto Stolper, the first of a chain of like solid German names, right? Albert Otto. So we figured out real quick, he goes by AO, which was smart. He was a farmer, he was a teacher. And in 1930, he, as a side gig, got into selling life insurance and found out he was pretty darn good at it. And after about a year of that, or half a year of that, he got approached by State Farm. And that's what convinced him to get into this business. He was the first agent to start in DuPage County in 1930 with our company. He started in an apartment downtown Elmhurst for a year, and then quickly, so fact check, like 94 years at the same location. After 1 year in an apartment, we moved to 447 North York, where we've been since then, 3 buildings later. But he started first agent in DuPage County. By the 1940s, he was the largest State Farm agent in the country. He believed in what he did. He believed in helping people, and he believed what he did made a difference, and he set the foundation for what we did going forward. After my great-grandfather came my grandfather, who I did know. I think I was 9 when he passed away, so I really had the chance to get to know him. Hubert Herman Stolper, so not to outdo Albert Otto, Hubert Herman, who decided if he ever wanted to get married, had to come up with something different, so he went by Hub. Hub started in a little different way. My grandfather actually started as a professional baseball player. Out of high school and out of a year at Elmhurst College, he got drafted to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers in their farm system. He played for a number of years. In fact, ended up getting married on a baseball field. What happened was he played in the South, and he was set. Him and my grandmother had their wedding date planned. It was going to be in Macon, Georgia. It was all planned. And a week before the wedding, he got traded to Tallahassee. Canceled the wedding, made it to Tallahassee, and what they ended up doing was having an impromptu wedding on the baseball field before the game, with both teams lined up, bats touching each other as they walked under the aisle together. So these are the stories you just don't hear anymore. But my grandpa was at 24 years old. He became the youngest baseball manager / player. But not long after that, unfortunately in 1941, my great-grandfather contracted tuberculosis, another thing we don't face today, but contracted tuberculosis doing lay ministry work in the city. So my grandfather had a tough choice to make, and he ended up making the choice to leave baseball and come back and be part of our organization, which was a good thing because we're standing here today still. I knew my grandpa. He put so much energy into this community and into this business. He was on he was a president of Elmhurst Lions Club. He served on the Chamber of Commerce, and for decades just made a presence in this community. Anybody that remembered him, he was a larger-than-life kind of guy. So fast forward to we're getting there, guys. Third generation, my dad, Don and Bob. My dad joined in 1968 after getting out of the Marine Corps, and he became a licensed agent in 1971, followed up by my Uncle Bob, 1975. They're the ones who brought this place into the modern era. In fact, I saw the photo of the first day they got the first computer into the office, the shell-shocked looks. Julie was probably there, actually. First computer came in, they plugged it in, booted it up, and I think about 20 minutes later, it just completely pooped out and sat there for 3 weeks until somebody came to get it working again. But beyond that, these two were, my dad and my uncle were incredibly engaged in the community as two, both presidents of the Lions Club. I'll break it to you, I was the president of Lions Club too, we'll just get that out of the way. On the chamber board as well. In fact, my dad here was one of the founding members of the Green Jacket crew originally. So that's where that started. So thanks for getting that going off the ground, Dad. Also on the Elmhurst Hospital Board of Governors for many, many decades. My uncle involved 47 years in the Lions Club, also 20 years with United Community Concerns. So both, diligently part of this community. So here we are, 2004, I came into the agency. I said after a bustling career of commercial banking for a year and a half, I said I'm never wearing a suit again in my life. I burned it, I wasn't kidding, I did, and made the decision to join this family business. 20 years later, 21 years later almost, here we are. I feel we've done a ton to bring this business into the modern era, but also still respect the fact of that what's made this is the relationships, my team, and how much we just care for this community. So I'm fortunate to be up here. I'm fortunate to have called this place home since I was born. I got a few more things that I did that honestly really don't matter. It just means a lot for me to be up here. This is a cool honor. I'm just gonna say it's cool. I never would have expected this. I'm humbled by it. I know my dad's humbled by it. If my grandfather and great-grandfather are here, they'd feel the same way. I don't know if there's gonna be a fifth generation. I've got a 7-year-old, Olivia. Maybe she will, but we'll see. But I said no matter what, we're gonna keep trying to do the same thing. We're gonna put people first. We're gonna lead with integrity like we always try and do. We're gonna stay rooted right here in this town. So on behalf of 4 generations, I thank everybody in here for the chance to be here and allowing us to do what we do. So thank you. Great.
Well, that concludes our awards presentation. I would like to say a very special thank you to, again, Endeavor Health Elmhurst and their staff, to our camera crew, and to the chamber staff as well. A big thank you to my handsome escort, my husband Patrick, and dear friends, and thank you all for being a great crowd. I farewell our presentation with best wishes for a prosperous year. I want to let you know that the food and refreshment stations are now open outside for service. Please enjoy continuing your networking and the gala tonight. Farewell. Good night.